So we were mentioning yesterday how a person has to rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he should not rely on the hands of somebody else. As we know in Sefer Yirmiyah, it says, "For Shtayim Ra'ot Asai Ami Oti, for my people have committed two evils," he says the prophet. Then what? Hashem says, they have forsaken me, the source of living waters, to dig themselves cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold the water. That means they used to believe in idols. They used to believe that, the money, my boss, my job, my friends, and Hashem says, that's not going to help you. That's not the source. I'm the source. Where do they give you all the blessing you have? It's for me. So therefore, it's a very big mistake to leave the source and to go the broken cistern, the broken well. As imagine a person will come to his son, and the father says, "Listen, you have two choices. I have two properties you could choose to give you as a gift. I could give you the oil well in Texas, or I could give you a gas station with a leaky gasoline tank." Well, you would think, yeah, the gas station is a money maker, right? But where does that get all the money from? Where does that get all the oil from? It's an oil well. You should get the source. Why would you leave the source and go and get from the middleman, from something else on the side? They have to get it from anyways. So therefore, a person should not go through middlemen. You should know whenever there's middlemen, there's always going to be markup. You're always going to get markup. So therefore, a person should go straight to the source, and that is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But we spend many times also that a person has to make sure that he doesn't look for small tactics through doing this gula, going to this mukubal to get a bracha, get a blessing, in order to get a yeshua. A person has to realize the main way is to get from HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself, the source also. A person thinks, this gula is going to help me, that's gula. What about doing the mitzvot and speaking to Hashem and praying to Hashem from the bottom of your heart? That's a bigger segula than doing these gulot. These are maybe, but these for sure work. What about a person goes to Mikubal and asks, tell me my future, tell me my past, tell me what I need to work on, tell me what I need to fix, tell me what you see. A person has to know that going to these things and doing these things is skipping the source. You're going to the side middlemen. It's like saying a person should you could go to the king, but he goes and cries to the prince. Why are you crying to the prince? The king is right there. And what? The prince, at the end of the day, who does he have to ask? He has to ask the king anyway, so might as well go to the source. What? A mekubal can give you something that Hashem can't give you himself. A person always has to know that the prayers of the sick person are the highest prayers. Yes, it says, go to the hacham when you have a sick person in your house. And the merit of his prayers, that's also after you prayed. But a person shouldn't go straight to them and then lose his emunah and think only because of them I got saved. A person has to know that at the end of the day, when you go to the Rebbe's kever, you go and put letters. People say, how can you pray to the Rebbe? How can you go put letters to the Rebbe? You're not putting to the Rebbe. You're not praying to him. You're asking him to pray for you. You're asking him he has to also go to the source. He has to also go pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So therefore, a person has to know that you cannot miss out on going and asking Hashem, rather by going to other people. Rather, you have to cut out the middleman. As we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Egypt, he says, Beni Bechori Yisrael. Hashem says about the Jewish people, we are His firstborn, we are His children, and we have to know that we have to remember that every day. As we know, in this week's parasha it says, Arami Oved Avi, right? The Aramean tried to destroy the nation. Who is that? Lavan. Lavan tried to make us remember through Amalek that what? Oh, maybe not. How can Hashem help me? I gotta tell him, go pray. Oh, what is that going to help? What is praying going to go help? I need a big skula. I need a big rebbe. I need something extraordinary. No, the person has to know. Stick to the plan. Hashem says when you're in problems, that means you didn't do the mitzvot enough or you didn't pray enough. And Menachem Bretzlav, Allah Hashem used to say, everything I didn't get in my life, it's either because I didn't believe enough, I didn't have enough emunah, or I didn't pray enough for it. So therefore, a person has to ask himself, did I pray enough? Did I work on my emunah? And only after, and then maybe start reaching for this gulot. But otherwise, go to the source, go to HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. There was a mashal that a person who was a child, he was being carried by his father. And when he was carrying on his father's shoulders, he saw that everything was below him. He felt very high up. He saw a scary dog. He saw a tough guy, and he was able to say whatever he wanted, and nobody would come near him because he was his father. But he got comfortable, and he forgot where he was. And then he started misbehaving. He started not acting properly. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he went and the father went to put him down on the floor, and he let him deal with all these things that are coming, and he got scared and he's crying, holding on to his father. So a person has to know that whenever you remember HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always next to you. But Chas v'Shalom, sometimes you forget about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You put yourself in the hands of others, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu lets you feel the nature, lets you get the feeling of being scared, lets you get in the feeling of a situation. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then you go and you cleave to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So don't do that. Wait till you're in the situation. Cleave to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the beginning. Cut out the middleman, and we all get the bracha.